Hello and welcome to this ICT lesson. Today I want us to look at comparison operators in MS Excel. These operators are very important, especially if you want to compare a value in the cell compared to a certain number. A good example is when you want to do the grading of marks. If you are a teacher and you have average marks of students and you want to apply if function where it will be checking if a mark is equal to or greater than 50, it should give a pass grade, else it should give a fail grade. In that scenario, you'll be using the comparison operators within the if function which you are applying. So basic knowledge of comparison operators will also help you if you are doing programming. It will be used in the if function of the programming language. So I would like to take this opportunity to introduce you to this one. The first one, I'm going to start with the equal to, and we use this symbol, and this symbol is used even in the normal mathematics classes. When you are doing calculations, you find this symbol very handy. And here we can have an example. I will take an example here. For example, if I have a variable x, then we also have another one is y. Then I put number 7 in it. So x will be containing number 5 and y will be containing number 7. So in that case, I can do a test, what we call logical test if you like, to check if x is equal to y. And this test will give two results, either a true answer or a false answer. And in this case here, where our x has 5 and our y has 7, this expression will give false answer because number 5 is not equal to number 7. Now, apart from this, you can as well use other comparison operators. The next one is this one. This one, let me write it here, greater than like that, and we use this symbol. This greater than sign can as well be used to compare x and y. I will just come here and write check if x is greater than y. And remember, what is in x is a 5 and what is in y is a 7. So automatically this expression will be false, simply because 5 is not greater than 7 or x is not greater than 7. So the result will be false, simply because what is in x is 5 and that 5 is less than 7. And the expression says check if x is greater than y, and the answer will be false. Next, we can have a look at the next expression using the less than. You have less than and it is written like this. This is less than sign. Okay, for the less than sign, we can still use our variable x and y here. X contains 5 and y contains 7. I can go ahead and use the less than sign by writing an expression here. Check if x is less than y. And remember, x contains a 5 and y contains a 7. And in this case, 5 is less than 7, and therefore it is true that x is less than y. So this one gives us a true result, simply because 5 is less than 7, and therefore x is less than y. Next, we will use operators which combine both equal and either less than or greater than. So I will start here with greater than or equal to, greater than or equal to. And this one is written like this. You start with greater than sign, then you end with equal sign, like that. So here, using our example here, x contains 5 and y contains 7, I can come here and write, check if x is greater or equal to y. And remember, our x contains a 5 and our y contains a 7. So it is obvious 5 is not greater than 7, and therefore our expression will be false, simply because x is not greater than or equal to y. That is a very good example. Now assume we just change the value of we just remove this 7 from y, then we give it 5, so that x has 5 and y has 5. In that case, this expression will be true, okay? Simply because it says, can you check if x is greater or equal to y? And in this case here, x is equal to y because both have 5. The next one is this one which we call less than or equal to, less than or equal to, and it is written starting with the less than sign, then ends with the equal sign, like that. And we just select this. Okay, and in this case, let me just adjust this value here and give my y the original value of 7. Now, if I want to use this expression, I can just write it like this. Check if x is less or equal to y. And remember, inside my x I have 5, and inside my y I have 7. And in this case, it is indeed true that x is less or equal to y, because 5 is less than 7. So this expression will give us true because 5 is less than 7. Assuming I remove my 7 from y and I just put in here 5. If I put in here 5 so that both variables have the same value, it will automatically give me here a 5. It will give me a 5 here. And this expression now will turn to be true also, because what x contains is a 5 and y contains 5. Therefore, x is less than or equal to y. Then let me take another scenario, and in this case we want to look at a situation where it is the other way around. Assuming now I put here inside my x here, I put here a value of 10. Then I write, can you check if x is less or equal to y? And remember, inside my x I have 10, and inside my y I have 5. Therefore, in that case, this expression will be false, simply because 10 is more than 5. So in this case, the less or equal to result into false, because what is in x is more than what is in y, and the expression says check if x is less or equal to y, and it will return false. We can do this thing practically using the if function, and this if function is there in MS Excel. It is very helpful and it is being used every day to do decision making, and it is including the logical operators in it. So the if function is written by starting with equal sign, then you just write the word if, then you open the bracket. Inside the bracket we have 3 parts. The first part is the logical test. Here we check a value in a cell. For example, let me assume there is a value in cell C5. So here we will check maybe if this value in C5 is greater than maybe 50. Maybe C5 contains student marks, and we are checking if that mark in C5 is greater than 50 or equal to 50. Then you put a comma, then you move to the second part of if function. Here you put a value if this condition is true. So in our case, if that condition or that logical test is true, we want a pass to be inserted inside the cell where this formula is typed. And in case if what is in C5 is less than 50, of course the opposite of this is less than 50, because here it says check if what is in C5 is greater than or equal to 50. So 49 will result here into false because it is less than 50. And in that case where what is in C5 is less than 50, it will insert what we write inside here. Of course, it will be a fail. It will be a fail. It will be a fail. You see, if I change this expression It can be something else. We can say maybe, can you check if temperature is more than 37 degrees? If it is more, maybe somebody is suffering from a disease. But if temperature is 37 or less, then it should be normal temperature and nobody is suffering. So I can change this expression here and write maybe here, check if the value of temperature maybe in C5 is greater than or equal to 37. If it is true that temperature is greater or equal to 37, we want the text sick to be inserted in the cell. Maybe the person is sick, comma, and if this one will be false, or if the temperature will be less than 37, then this person is okay. That is how we use the if function. I will practically show you how to use this if function is in MS Excel. Remember, we use double quotation marks here. Don't use single quotation marks. I will open my folder. I have a file here. Open this file, and here you can see student marks in 4 subjects from Math, English, Science, and Geography. I will calculate the total here with the sum function. Then I will calculate the average marks for each student using the average function. Then we will use the if function here to determine the grade according to this grading system. The grading system here is if average is 50 and above, it should give a pass grade. If it is below 50, a fail grade. Then we'll also calculate the average mark for the class by doing average of these averages. Then we'll determine class grade here. To do total is simple. You just put equal sign, the word sum. Then you just double click it. You select the marks from math to geography. Then you just press enter. Then you just click the answer and drag it. I will go ahead and do again equal sign sum, double click, select your marks until geography, then press enter. Now I'll go to my previous answer, grab the formula handle, pull it down like that. I will also come to my average here. My average, I will just put equal sign, the word average, then I will double click it, select my marks from mathematics to geography, press enter. For this one I will also put equal sign average, double click the word average, select it like this until geography. Don't select the total column, it is not a subject, and press enter. I will click my previous answer, grab the formula handle, pull it down. Then I want these marks rounded off to no decimal places or 0 decimal places. I will select all the marks like this, come to my icon, decrease decimal, click until everything is rounded off. I will come to my average down here, put equal sign average, double click it, select all the students' averages and do a bigger average. So the average class score is 58%. Now to put grade, I will use the if function, equal sign, the word if, then double click it, click a cell with the value to be tested. Now I'll do the logical test here. I want to check if what is in I3 is greater than or equal to 50 according to this grading system. And if indeed this will be true, then it should write pass, because you can see it is written value if true. It should write pass, then put comma. Don't forget the commas which separate the three parts. So if what is in I3 is greater or equal to 50, pass will be inserted in this cell for the grade. And if it is not true, then it should insert fail, like that. Then we can close with the bracket, or we just press enter, the bracket will be inserted automatically. So indeed what is in cell I3 is 73, and it is a pass because it is greater than 50. I will do the second test here. If, double click if, click the cell which contains what you want to test, apply the comparison operator greater or equal to 50, put a comma, in quote. If this test is true, it should give us a pass. Always use double quotation marks, comma, and if it will not be true, then of course it will be a fail. Then quotation mark, press enter, like that. So 44 is less than 50. You can see it has written here fail. So the function is working very well. So I will go ahead, grab this formula handle and apply the function to the rest. And you can now confirm 47 is less than 50, it is a fail. 66 more than 50, it is a pass. 44 less than 50, fail. 70 more than 50, pass. And this is how we use the if function, which contains comparison operators. We will just come here also and do our if function. Check if this is greater or equal to 50. If it is true, you write pass. If it is if it is not true, you write fails, for fail. Then enter, and you can see my grade, my mini grade is pass. And that is how we use the if function, which has comparison operators in MS Excel. Thank you for participating. See you next time. Bye bye.